It's just that he looks fresh and handsome. Did I see something I shouldn't have? Not only suffered from the abuse of school beauties, even my sister tortured me in every way. Even the student council president wasn't going to let me go. Just now. Just sent away President Tang Xin. Received another invitation from another senior. Thinking of his face that never sees a smile. But those cold eyes. At the moment, I'm alone in the classroom. Does the senior want me to do that too? Soon I rushed to the cafe. Senior, you are looking at the book elegantly. I had to sit across from her in silence. I'm restless. I'm also restless. I'm wondering why he's looking for me. Then another said calmly, Lich students came to me today. The main thing is that you like me. Then tell me your shortcomings in detail. But the reason why we can't be together? The words have not yet fallen. I almost spat out a mouthful of old blood. Hastily explained that things are not what you think. But you say you like me. Is it the reason you found to refuse him? And I looked down in shame and said, That's it. Thank you for your understanding. I was surprised again. That's straight student's comprehension. Bow down to him and apologize. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have used my senior as a shield. This is another book that slowly closes. Meaningfully said, so I invite you over now. I just want to ask if you would like to be my boyfriend? I felt like I was in a mess in the air. My heart beats faster. Sister, you are really joking. But your frosty face didn't change its expression. No kidding. I mean, let the junior brother pretend to be my boyfriend. I was surprised. Then Lin Yi explained that we pretended to be a couple. Is the best way to get other people to give up? He sighed again and said he had him too. Last resort. So he got up and told me to go back and think about it. He will be here at this time the day after tomorrow, waiting for my reply. At this moment, my heart is also a stone that stirs up the 1,000-layer horse. Can't get drunk for a long time. Early the next morning, I'm still fast asleep in bed. Just then, a pair of beautiful legs catches the eye. I saw him slowly climb into bed, sniffed at me, show a coveted expression. When I was about to bite, and I woke up, I saw that my sister Bailu was only a little away from me. Just ran into, see this in front of you. I was scared out of my wits. What are you doing dressed like this in the morning? I didn't expect Bailu to look at me. My brother goes to bed without taking a shower at night. It really stinks. That's not to bother you too. Okay, I'm so sorry. But Bailu didn't care at all and leaned forward. It's fun. I got up quickly and grabbed him and said, Don't make trouble. Brush your teeth and go to the bathroom. I'm brushing my teeth, but my sister sticks to me like a marshmallow. He also cried that his brother had become indifferent to me. I don't even want to give you tender time. and I was speechless. Don't talk nonsense about such misleading things. After washing up, the egret also brought the plate. I saw him wearing a cute apron. Said proudly, "This is a special breakfast I made for my brother." Was it good? I ate it with relish. Keep praising the egret's idea. So I asked the egret, "You should encounter confession often in school, right? How do you usually refuse?" After hearing this, the egret was speechless for a while. However, I excitedly grabbed his hand again. In case of rejecting the other party, what should the other party do if they still don't give up? But the white deer blushed shyly. I would say I have a boyfriend. If the other party doesn't believe it, I'll show him your picture. Then let go of my hand. Indicates that he's going to school. Run away. I didn't care what my sister did. The fragrance is really only this spicy, and this time in me. Wu Yo-yo looked sad. He has been waiting for a long time, wondering why I haven't come out yet. Just then, he saw me through the crack of the door. I was also surprised to see Wu Yao's arrival. "Why are you really here?" "Really early, Yao Yao." "I'll go first." "Goodbye and run away." I thought this was the rhythm that was going to end. Dressed like this, it must be by force. Resolve the matter of confessing tragedy. Wu Yang wants to see me and run away. He was furious. Full fire. Stop for me. I saw him leap into the air, sitting on my shoulders, grab my neck with his legs. Don't try to escape from my palm. Did I see something I shouldn't have? Not only was he blackmailed by the student council president, he was also invited by Senior Gao Leng in person. What's more, the school flower actually blocked the door. Today is the day for the Taekwondo club to perform. I have nowhere to run. I had to be specially pulled by the school flower to watch. And the people ahead are noisy. Caught my attention. I saw a boy, surrounded by a group of girls. But when the boys noticed the school flower, greeting warmly, Wu Yuhao pouted and didn't give him a good face. I'm also curious about who this guy is. However, Wu Yaoyao had a plan. It's easy to call me dear. You can send me here. Go backstage and wait for me. I was suddenly kissed by Wu Yaoyao. Just as he wanted to escape, he was pulled by Wu Yangyang. With a sullen little face, he whispered a warning. If you don't cooperate, I'll tie you to the woods and use you as a shooting prop. Clean you up again. When I think of that, I'm instantly afraid. Immediately cooperate with him to perform, and the boy in the distance sees you. But the corners of the mouth are slightly the same. I think Wei Yao is still so cute and interesting. Then he said goodbye to the girl next to him. Express that you have something to do. Just come to me. He took the initiative to introduce himself as the president of the Bow and Arrow Department. I'm a little panicked. I don't know where to put my hands for a while. Freeze, but don't care at all. He said he would send Wu Yaoyao back after the performance was over. If you're okay, please come back first. I'm just wondering, is this guy swearing to himself? No wonder it looks familiar. And what I don't know is, in the distance, Wu Yangyang feels bad luck for encountering solidification. Then I opened my frozen hand. Pass him by. What should I do with a cold snort? It doesn't seem to have anything to do with you. Stop putting on a big tail here. Bye-bye. After listening to the solidification, I gnashed my teeth in anger. But then he had a wicked smile, which was kind of interesting. But that was it. And the scene in front of her was all seen by Wu Yaoyao. His eyes are full of admiration for me. In the venue, Yao Yao and the others are performing. But I'm bored thinking, when will this show end? I didn't sleep well because of yesterday. Gradually sleepy. Unknowingly, give Yao Yao the backpack in her arms. As it fell, books were scattered all over the place. After inspection, it was found that the content of most books, it turned out to be a strategy for chasing boys. I can't help but laugh. Yao Yao is too cute. What are you usually looking at? Just then, words came from behind the curtain. It turned out that the girls were talking bad about Yao Yao. That one is called Wu Sheng. Look good with your face. I think I'm right. Finally, he threatened to teach Wu Yaoyao a lesson, but was blocked by Lin Jiu. He said it was his fault. It turns out that Lin Jiu didn't slap Wu Yaoyao before, and his fans are distressed. That's why he has a vengeance against Yao Yao. Solidification shows the appearance of a good man. This is me sneaking around. But she was discovered by Wu Yaoyao behind her. He thought I was peeking at other girls. I quickly made a false gesture to keep his voice down. I said I was listening to gossip. Do you believe it? Wu Yaoyao tore me apart. That's good, then it's up to me alone. After saying that, he blushed indiscriminately. And I think this place is on his playing field. I quickly expressed my knowledge. He just snorted playfully. Suddenly, a sinister smile appeared on his face. He raised his feet and said that he was very good today. Reward you for wearing socks for beautiful girls. After I heard it, I also went away with an old face in an instant. Just because the joke is sweet and cute. Therefore, it is envied by other colleges. So he was slapped red in the face. The girl who beat her looked extremely arrogant. Indicates that this is a lech who grew up on Lingzhou. Understand that this is the brightness of the spirit, so disdainful. It was you. Sure enough, the silent one. Crow-like darkness. But Wu's enchanting expression aroused the anger of the girl again. He grabbed Wu Yaoyao by the collar, ready to wave and punch him again. But the next second, I showed up in time, holding the girl's wrist. Tell him unhappily how it feels to be blocked by someone. Do you like it? I didn't expect the crisp slap to ring in my ear. Girls keep yelling, "Who are you?" I want you to mind your own business. I got slapped. It's also hard to stare at you with anger. The girl was also frightened by the sharp eyes. Wu Yaoyao saw this scene. Hastily come to me. Whispered that it's none of your business. Go away. However, the next second, but I domineering picked up Princess Wu Yaoyao's room. Wu Yaoyao was stunned. Then blush. She really felt it. Sense of security, even shed tears of excitement. Then he kissed softly. At this time, the girl on the side can't stand it. Who let you go? I sighed helplessly. Freeze yourself out. It's ugly enough now. If I were to find you, only uglier. Painting Road froze and walked out from the side. He also explained that he was just the road. However, I was so angry that I punched him directly. So he was sent flying with one punch. This is for you. And don't let me find this lich again. Little Princess Yao Gao. Otherwise, you will definitely not be able to eat it. I was frozen in my pocket and trembled with fear, looking like a lost dog. At this time, in Wu Yaoyao's heart, my image of being mighty and tall is a bit clear. Then we came to the lake. Wu Yangyang took a can of iced Coke and put it on my face, and he asked me curiously, "Why do you know that I will be intercepted by girls?" I also know where Lin Jia is, because I saw Lin Ju's hypocrite in the theater, pretending to be pitiful and inducing those girls to take revenge. Then she can play the role of a hero saving beauty. Wu Yangyang smiled evilly. So, you have cut off the good deeds of other people's heroes saving the beauty. However, the next second, I was in front of Wu Yangyang. Although Wu Yangyang does not exclude, but it rained. I say, where's the beauty I saved? Wu Yoyo blushed when she saw this, laughing and making me responsible for her. Because of you, the hero, I'm going after you. So I went home. Received another message from Wu Yaoyao. I started to have a headache again. Fortunately, I run fast. Otherwise, I may not be able to go home tonight. Then the egret suddenly appeared behind him. Ask my brother which bad woman he's talking to. I panicked and explained quickly. It's just spam. However, Bailu did not believe him. Look at my nervous expression. The brother's tone was suspicious. Dad is going to steal my phone. But how could I be my sister's opponent? After a while, he was pushed to the ground by the egret. When he found out that my phone couldn't be turned on, he even scolded me for being a dog man. So I secretly decided to give my brother some color to see. Then he twisted a graceful dance. Look at the evil charm and smile. Slowly place the phone into your chest. It means that the mobile phone is temporarily kept by yourself. But his hand slipped. The phone fell directly to the ground. The two were stunned when they saw this scene. And then the deer blamed himself for breaking it. I want to ease the embarrassment of my sister Bailu. Do you want to do something else? You can have anything. As soon as this sentence comes out, immediately attracted the interest of the white deer. Watch the egret's eyes glow. I have an uneasy feeling in my heart. And then he laid me on his lap. Egrets are the most ceremonial. Well, egrets have always had this hobby. That is, I like to pick people's ears. He thought plucking someone's ears would be a great stress reliever. After he cleaned my ears, and he blew on me, I went numb. But when I opened my eyes, I found that the egret's bath towel was about to fall. He immediately sat up, explained quickly, "I'm going to roll over." So he lay down with his back against the egret. Shift the subject to, "I'm going to chat with bad women." If my sick sister sees it, he'll be so mad. So in exchange for a hammer, just then, a soft message from my phone. Looking at this information is another big head. Campus living environment. It has reached such a fever pitch. "White dear, I won't go to school tomorrow. Is that okay?" After hearing that, Bailu's face was instantly gloomy. He asked sharply, "Did you forget to come to my performance tomorrow?" And it dawned on me. Hastily expressed that he will definitely go. I thought if I didn't agree, I might not survive tonight. Then the white deer is also ready to rest. I looked at the message from the candy heart on my phone. I didn't expect him to come to my house tomorrow morning. What if the white deer sees the sugar heart? Isn't it your own life? I feel numb just thinking about it. I have to come up with a panacea. And the next day, I was eating breakfast alone in a restaurant. I made an excuse to let White Deer go to rehearsal first. Just be complacent about your time management. Suddenly, someone behind me asked if I wanted coffee, so I took it. "Thank you, but think carefully." That's not right. I was in a cold sweat. Split me in half. I can't handle it. I have to fight with the cute school flower at school in the morning. At noon, I have to calm the sick girl at home. Even at night, I have to rush to the invitation of the decent senior sister. And at this moment in the afternoon, I heard a very charming voice coming from behind. You turn around. I found out that it was the president. I saw Tang Xin wearing a small and fresh skirt. Look at that beautiful and soft goose egg. A fairy like a fox. Rare beauty. Even the extras on the side can see deeply. I asked strangely, "Why do you know you are hiding here?" But he didn't answer directly. Xiao Tiao, do you know why rabbits are easily trapped? And I looked into his breathtaking eyes. In an instant, I feel like my soul is gone. Then Tang Xing took my hand. Because he is timid. As long as the hunter causes some trouble on the other side, saying that he got up to help. A clever hunter just needs to know a little bit about rabbits. As a rabbit, it will naturally fall into the net obediently. I was shaking with fear. The president is so smart, but you won't find a boyfriend. Facing Tang Xing's ferocious offensive, and his charming and playful eyes, I was overwhelmed. For a moment, it felt like it hit the soul. Tang Xin said that as long as he likes you, he can't escape. And then he winked those amazing eyes at me. I wonder where this white-haired fox spirit learned to move. Why are you winking at me when you say that? But don't be rusty to me. I blushed in embarrassment. Pretend to be calm. Why did the president come to see me today? Tang Xin said calmly that he would accompany me on a blind date. I immediately expressed that I was not feeling well. Ready to leave. But the sugar heart makes a bad hook. My feet suddenly lost their balance. But he was grabbed by Tang Xin again. But Tang Xin also put on an innocent look, Vice President. Why did you take the initiative to grab my hand? But he smiled wickedly. You're not trying to molest me, are you? I'm about to scream. Time seems to stand still at this moment. And my situation is too difficult. The hand is tightly held by Tang Xin. His legs are still clamped tightly. At this time, Tang Xin still held Xiao Qiao with her feet. How do you feel now? Would you like to try again? You little bunny can't escape my palm. I immediately declared that I felt much better mentally. Tang Xin is also curious to ask just to meet someone. It doesn't eat people. Why are you so nervous? And I look helpless. Because of the thing that helped you as a shield before. There are already a lot of boys in school who want to eat me up. Isn't this called cannibalism? Not this time. At this time, Tang Xin laughed. Hook the shoulder strap with your hand. My eyes immediately widened. Eyes on. I saw Tang Xin take out a game in his hands. This is the tour I've been dreaming about. You know, the game has only been released for a month. There is still a state of no market in the market. At this moment, Tang Xin curled her mouth. So now I'll say it right away. Today, even if you go up the mountain of knives and down the sea of fire, you will do your best. Although thousands of people have gone, Tang Xin explained on the way. This blind date is an intra-family arrangement. It has been pushed a lot before. I really can't push it this time. Just let me be mentally prepared. Why don't I have an idea? Mr. President, just follow him. Tang Xin hugs it after hearing it. How can that be? The Vice President is so funny. I'm not tired of it yet. Dizzy. I was accidentally teased, and I almost felt uneasy. Just then, a girl's voice came from the side. Tang Xin hugged me and looked back. I saw a pair of beautiful legs reflected in the whites of my eyes. The fox just wants me to accompany her on a blind date. Just took out the killer hand that made me deadly. To get her. I immediately agreed to go with her. I was called shortly after I left the house. But she is a senior. I asked him out of curiosity why he was in my neighborhood. Colin Yi said he just happened to be on the road. He took out 2 coupons for the cafe in his hand. Remind me not to forget. After the conversation, turn around and leave. After listening to another sentence, and it dawned on me. Didn't the senior sister say the answer before is tonight? But I still remember my sister in the afternoon. And the accuser calls out to me. How about letting me manage my time? I looked at the time. I looked at the soft heart again. Instantly have an idea. She pulled him and ran. The fragrance had to be decided quickly. Now, my purpose is to help Tangshin complete the blind date as soon as possible. Then in a restaurant, the turtle in front of you is a soft-hearted blind date. He watched the two of us come. Very confused. I was just about to answer. But she was pinched hard from behind by Tangshin. Tangshin introduced me to Chen Yu. After listening to Tangshin's words, although Chen Yu was very unhappy, but still pretending to be as if nothing had happened. Warmly welcome my arrival. Due to the violent running just now in a hurry, causing Tangshin's legs and feet to be sore, and he was complaining. What an idiot. I don't know. It was supposed to be a shield. But I saw that the two met late. I'm even more angry. Have a plan. Just call me Zhao Qiao easily. He even offered to add food to me. Finally, tell me meaningfully. Or going to the movies after dinner. Chen Yu saw us behaving intimately, gnashing his teeth in anger. Ready to use underhanded tricks? Just come up to me and say we really hit it off. Why don't we have a drink? Keep drinking and having fun. Put your wallet in your pocket while you're talking. I was still embarrassed to say that I couldn't drink. Tangshin thought she could take the opportunity to pretend to be drunk. Then let Bai Qiao send him away. You can kill a lot with one stone. So Tangshin agreed with Chen Yu's intention. I looked at him in surprise. When Chen Yu saw Tangshin, he smiled coldly in his heart. And we clinked glasses together. Tangshin was about to implement his plan, only to find that I had only drunk half a glass, already on the table. Chen Yu saw this and sent Bai Qiao back in advance. Then they find a place to talk. Tangshin immediately. It means before Bai Qiao is okay. I don't want to say anything to him. Chen Yu looked helpless, okay? Then I'll go and buy the order first. And now I'm lying in the arms of a candy heart. Hesitant to say that the candy heart really smells good. Hold him tighter. Soft heart instantly, small face red. You're slapping me. This reminds me of leaving. I couldn't do anything about it. Fortunately, Tangshin held on in time. Maybe now. There's also a hint of love in the air. But then Tangshin noticed that something fell from my pocket. It turned out to be a wallet. And at the same time, Chen Yu's words came from the side. It means his wallet is missing. Then Chen Yu picked up the wallet. Just stand on the moral high ground and educate me. It's not good to call me a thief. I was already drunk. Didn't hear it. Thought his wallet was stolen. Prepare to pay for it yourself. But Chen Yu looked disdainful. Think I'm pretending to be stupid? Prepare to call the police immediately. This is Tangshin, but he said it was almost enough. You're going to do it again. My liver cancer is about to occur. Chanyu still wants to continue to frame me. But the next second, Tang Xin splashed his face with wine. He snorted heavily. Are you awake now? Are you going to keep playing? Tang Xin's domineering momentum. In an instant, he stepped on the table. I don't care what little job you do to me. As long as it doesn't affect my life, I don't care. But if you want to have bad thoughts about Bai Qiao, then I will never let you go. If I were still awake now, it must be a mess. But Chen Yu was frightened by Tang Xin's imposing manner, although his heart was full of unwillingness. But he nodded and said yes. Then Tang Xin turned around and came to my side. Take me gently into your arms. At this moment, Tang Xin's eyes are full of heartache. The mouth is constantly drunk and can't stand it. And then he helped me out. Soon after, I went to rest on a chair in the park. As soon as I woke up, I asked Tang Qing what time it was. Tang Qing said it was already 4:30. I was horrified. It's over. It's over. I never thought that one day I would date 3 beautiful women. But the first girl got me in trouble. At this moment, I heard Tang Xin say that it was 4:30. They all sat up in shock. I see the charming candy heart on the side. It's addictive. I want to run. Don't get deeper and deeper. But he was grabbed by Tang Xin again. Just fell right on his lap. Tang Xin still stares at me doting. Stupid lied to you. It's so easy for the vice president to believe what others say. No wonder he was almost framed by that Chen Yu just now. Fortunately, I am here. My smiling face is also a fire repair. I thought you were no one else. Time seems to stand still at this moment. This is a hidden dream word. Then as a sensibility. Do you want to promise yourself? As soon as this sentence comes out, I was so scared that I ran away. Say it's getting late. I have to go to the theater to see my sister's performance. The next second, Tang Xin followed. Hold me and say you want to go with me. I wanted to dispel him, but I said there was only one ticket. But Tang Xin took out 2 VIP roles. Just when I was wondering why Tang Xin had the ticket. Tang Xin didn't know when to hug my waist. I was a little embarrassed to ask the president, why are you hugging my waist? Because the vice president is drunk, but I'm already awake. People who are drunk say they are not drunk. So I had to let my heart go. After a while, Tang Xin felt sore feet. Take off your high heels. Walk barefoot. When Tang Xin realized, when I keep staring at his feet. Then he smiled evilly and said, could it be that classmate, Chao Qiao? Do you have any special hobbies? I quickly shook my head to say no. In my mind, putting socks on the school flower. Soon we arrived at the theater. Tang Xin is still wondering about my life just now. And feel depressed. I can't help but scold Bai Kong in my heart as a big idiot. And at the moment, I'm nervous about my sister. Because he's performing on it. Tang Xin poked me when he saw this. Don't be so nervous. That's our sister on the stage. It's not you. I was just about to take her hand and correct her. Just then, the accident happened suddenly. I saw his sister who was performing on the stage. The straps on his clothes are actually loose, with a piercing scream. It was chaos. I'm done thinking. I'm afraid this performance is a mess. And behind the curtain, a successful smile. Then in the backstage lounge, why do, because of his accident, lead to their own group? Only got 4th place. And so you get into this deep remorse. Tears are rolling in my eyes. And I came hurrying over. I want to comfort him softly. When the egret saw me, it immediately threw itself into my arms. At this moment, he is crying with rain. Indicates that previous efforts were in vain. And I tried to calm her down. At this time, Tang Xin also came over. He smiled and said that his sister had worked very hard. There's just something wrong with the props. But when the egret saw Tang Qing, he immediately distanced himself from me. Angrily said, "White cat fox. What are you doing here?" Tang Xin said, "Of course, I accompanied your brother to see your performance." As soon as the two met, they were pointed at each other. Noisy. I can't help but remember the last time Bailu saw Tang Ti's sister. Can't fight the white fox. Just go home and do my scene. Sure enough, the egret is defeated again. You're about to take me home in a huff. Said there are cunning white foxes here. My brother will be eaten dry and wiped clean. Dad Hua didn't forget to make a face at Tang Xin. The next second, Tang Shi also took my hand, expressed that you are also very good. You keep winking at me. I smiled awkwardly, but when the white deer noticed Tang Xin pulling me, the vinegar jar was also knocked over in an instant. Immediately separate our hands. He said angrily that my brother can only be mine alone. Just then, a figure appeared behind him. Xiao Yuan ran out happily. Hug with the egret, dear. He said he achieved 4th place this year. Maybe next year. Keep up the good work. Dance together. Xiao Yuan and Bailu kick iron at the same time. Don't forget to say hello to me. For a while, I also came up with my chest to describe my relationship with my sister. I asked Tang Qing again if she was my girlfriend. It made me feel embarrassed and speechless. White Deer is not used to 5 villains talking nonsense. She dragged him to the changing room. This is Tang Xin's meaningful opening. You should know why your sister's performance failed. And I had no idea. I wonder what the white fox is saying. After that, Tang Qing left first because of something. The egret is also ready to change clothes. Only me and Wu Jiao were left. Forgive me for thinking of Tang Qing's guess. It is said that the clothing of the egret is the hands and feet of Wu Xiaoyun. Looking at Wu Xiaoyun's harmless appearance, I can't ask for a while. Wu Xiaoyuan saw that I was overwhelmed. I asked my brother curiously, "Are you worried about your sister's loss?" So I went on to say, yeah. After working hard for more than half a year, it fell short. It's a pity. Then I asked him before the prop group performed. Did you check it all? Wu Xiaojuan looked nervous after hearing it. He hesitated unnaturally. See him act like this. I thought there was a problem. Just then, the phone rang. Obviously a scumbag, I received a confession from the school flower. Even Senior Gao Lang is invited again and again. But I am because of some hidden past. I didn't accept any of the girls' confessions. Just now, I just wanted to ask Wu Xiaoyun. Was it when he tampered with his sister's clothes? Wu Yaoyao called. Ask me where I am now. Are you dating another girl? I don't reply to sending you a message. And I thought, okay, maybe you can take this opportunity to blow up Wu Xiaoyuan. Just pretend to be talking to the theater staff. Can you retrieve the surveillance in the backstage of the theater? That's great. When Wu Xiaoyuan heard it, he was even more nervous. The black sheep on the phone wants to listen to me. I had no idea. He was so angry that he stood up directly from the bathtub. And I continued to say, then you keep the monitoring. I'll be right there. You call the police first. As soon as this sentence comes out, Wu Xiaoyuan was finally so scared that he couldn't help it. He grabbed my clothes with trembling hands. Express your full confession. The corners of my mouth raised and I hung up the phone. And then Wu Yangyang heard me calling the police. He started running wild in his head. I also mistakenly thought I was kidnapped. Now it's time to ask him for help. When you think of me, put on your bathrobe immediately. I thought it was finally my hero's turn to save beauty. But thinking about going there alone. Become a pig teammate, got double killed. So the head starts to work again. I suddenly thought that I could find outsiders. So I sent a message to Nini, and on my side, from the mouth of the 5 small circles. And I heard some shocking news. That is, after the sister white deer decided to win the championship in this competition, farewell to the stage. And in order to keep the white deer, her stage, Wu Xiaoyuan tampered with her costume. At this moment, Wu Xiaoyun kept blaming herself and expressed his apologies. And I find that kind of preposterous. This is Wu Xiaoyun asking me, my brother is the same as me. I hope Lulu can stick to her dream. That's why I'll do everything I can to keep him. In fact, brother, you have always been Lulu's spiritual role model. It's always been Lulu following in your footsteps. Follow far behind. And the reason why the egret really gave up dancing. I just wanted to keep up with my brother. Spend more time taking care of your brother. Even others confessed to him and refused. The reason is to take your photo. After listening to Wu Shalian's words, and I was lost in thought. On the way home, just like my mood, it's pouring rain. I carried my sister on my back and walked in the direction of home in silence. I can't help but ask, I wonder if she really doesn't plan to dance. But the egret said no. I'm not ready to give up. But the egret suddenly lowered his voice, like talking to yourself. if not more than that. If you don't become proud of your brother, I won't give up easily. And I went silent. The dusty memory seems to be torn open. Read again. Thought time would pass. But he seems to be holding a knife. Watching from the side. Once you relax. Right behind my back. It's been 2 years since he left. I don't have much feelings for him now. But the throbbing boy at that time. But his figure is forever engraved in the sea of memory. That's why I don't want to accept confession anymore. Trapped in memories, my consciousness became a little heavy. Look at my dull face. The egret pinched my cheek hard. Didn't you say you didn't want to miss her anymore? Why can't I even mention it?